Hey, folks, welcome to another spooky Appalachia story. This week we have a story sent in by a fan. He goes by Alligator Horse over on YouTube. Be sure and check him out. And this is a story that was told to him by his aunt who had a booger encounter, also known as wood booger. Or if you had never heard of either one of these, around in this area that I'm in, Bigfoot sometimes is called a wood booger or just a booger. The story that he heard from his aunt took place in the 1930s, and it happened in Wayne County, Kentucky. This story, Aunt Pat described being on the slope of a mountain digging ginseng. She was sitting down on the forest floor digging roots when something began to throw hickory nuts at her. At first, she thought that the nuts were simply falling from trees. Ginseng is traditionally dug in the late summer when the red berries help in the location of the plant. She changed her mind when a nut suddenly shot past her head horizontally. Telling her story, she said, "Hickory nuts don't fall sideways." She thought that one of her brothers had followed her into the woods and was tossing the nuts in an attempt to frighten her. So she called out, "You ain't scaring me, so stop it." She scanned the woods and then suddenly saw movement. She said that a booger man stepped from behind the tree and looked at her. She described it as being taller than any man she has ever saw and had long black hair falling down over its shoulders and face. She said that it was hairy all over and didn't seem to have any clothes on. She said that she went on to say that she gathered up her burlap sack and other things she had with her, then began to move down the ridge towards an old wagon road that would take her back home. She mentioned that the booger man followed her all the way down the mountain while making huffing noises. When she got to the road in the holler, she said that she ran as fast as she could back home. She said that nobody believed her and that her mama even spanked her for wetting her pants and making up a story to cover the accident, telling her that she was too old to be wetting her overalls. Wow. Uh, Steve, thank you so much for sending in this story that your aunt passed on to you and you passed on to us. It's a pretty amazing story. And this happened in the 1930s, it said. I believe the first big Bigfoot story was in the 60s. I could be wrong. I can't remember off the top of my head. So don't crucify me in the comments, please. But yeah, thank you so much for this story. And if you have a story, um, please send it in to us. You can email us at spookyappalachia@gmail.com or use the Google form linked in the description. And then big thanks to our Patreons. This list keeps on growing and growing. Alvin, Adam, Charles, Chris, Danielle, Donald, Jeff, Joni, Jordan, Julia, Linda, Misty, Cheryl, Taylor, and our content creator Patreon, Scott, who is an author. His link is in the description. And Werewolf Radar Podcast. Be sure to check those guys out. They do a paranormal comedy show. Good stuff. I listen to them every week. And thank you all for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share us out. And I'll catch you in the next one.